Oh, sugar honey iced tea. It's the EAC Show.
Good day, ladies and gents. I'm Emilio A. Colon.
And I am Marcus Mack, and this is the EAC Show coming to you from sunny South Florida with episode 95. And I'm having a horrible hair day today. Jesus Christ.
We're on episode 95. This is our recap of week 4 NFL picks. It's a little bit back and forth because we don't really know what to do because obviously there was a game that was postponed between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. Marcus and I I think Marcus is up one game with still one game pending. So I don't know necessarily if we can count a winner, but if we have to count it, then Marcus is the winner.
Just admit it. Just admit it. I'm good.
You have no idea what you're doing, Marcus.
I'm good,
Cam came way in last place, not for nothing. But Marcus, this week 4 NFL was crazy because you and I both spoke about this 3 episodes ago, and now it's coming to the forefront. The NFL, I thought the NFL was literally lying about how many COVID cases they had. And now we got so many COVID cases canceling games. Almost like 18 players or personnel on the Tennessee Titans literally ruined that game between Pittsburgh. They might ruin their game this week as well. We caught Cam Newton ended up getting the coronavirus. We made our picks. When we made our picks, Cam did not have corona.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He had corona afterwards. Stephon Gilmore and his team has corona. They're testing a couple other people out, other teams out to see who does have it and who doesn't. Luckily, none of the Minnesota Vikings had it. So, it's changing the landscape of football because football is a game that has to be played every week. You cannot really miss or reschedule games too much. You understand, Marcus? So week 4 was crazy. Obviously, you and I both watched the Dallas Cowboys lose again.
Right. Shout out to Skip Bayless.
Stephen A. Smith is ruthless when the Dallas Cowboys lose. When they lose, he's like what's the guy's name from The Simpsons? Marty Burns?
Monty Burns, yeah, Monty Burns.
Yeah. He got that evil laugh because he just loved watching the Cowboys lose. Marty,
I can't lie. The New England and Kansas, it was the Chiefs they played, right? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I think I only picked the Chiefs because of the spread. Right. I didn't even pick them because I figured they was a better team, which whatever. But when I seen that Cam Newton caught COVID, I sent it to Cameron immediately. Because I know he picked New England.
Green Bay ended up beating the hell out of the Falcons. Those cheeseheads are playing really, really well up in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers came on the Pat McAfee show, says, because he comes on every Tuesday, Marcus, and he said, it's kind of funny sometimes when I hear people talk about me having a down year because my down year sometimes is a career year for other quarterbacks. So he was kind of taking a shot at the media because sometimes the media goes at him because he's such a high exceptional player that, like he said, his down year is a normal year for some other people. So shout out to Aaron Rodgers and Pat McAfee and them boys. They put on a show on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday you can check out Aaron Rodgers on that show, Marcus. I'm trying to think what else. Hey, you and I both picked Carolina to beat Arizona, and Arizona ended up losing. That was one of Cam's picks for Cam. He took the Arizona Cardinals. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, it was announced that the XFL will come out in 2022.
2022, yeah.
We're excited about that as well. It looks like the Miami Heat are dead in the water, Marcus Mack. Sucks.
Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Yo, listen. They about to put the nail in the coffin for Miami, man. You seen this coming. And, a lot of people, including some top sportscasters, they're pretty much saying that this is not a big win for the LA Lakers. They feel like the matchup isn't, the best matchup in the world, and because of COVID and the happenings of the season and blah, 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 you can't count this ring. And I don't know, man. Because, LA played us a great game, and because Miami Heat happened to come out on top on the Eastern for the Eastern Conference, I feel like you shouldn't say that the Lakers this win for the Lakers isn't a big win. You can't say that. You just can't.
Listen, I said it on the last show. If the Heat were able to take this series to 6 games, it would be an accomplishment like no other.
Right.
Because when you really think about it, they're missing one of their top players. Bam is not 100%, and they're having opportunities to win the game. They had an opportunity to win the game last game. They just blew it down the stretch, and the Lakers ended up going on a run. But in my opinion, if the Heat can take the game or take the series to 6 games, that is an accomplishment because of the lack of having that extra helper, that extra scorer in Gordon Dragic. And the Los Angeles Lakers are in full strength, like if you really think about it. So I tip my hat to the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat have been playing exceptional. I think just the simple fact that they're there is a testament to their organization and their coaching staff and their players. That should not go unnoticed. I want to sit there and say, Marcus Mack, sure. You and I both know it's like if you have a little kid and he might be a little kid that isn't as good as the other kids or whatever it may be, and you just see his effort and that inspires you and you just want to sit there and you want to talk about it all day long. But in professional sports, it's always about that ring. So yeah. I be seeing all the memes and all the snippets that Shannon be going in because the Lakers are gonna win and the Lakers are his team. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's enjoyable. It's sad, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't care what the scenario is, how they won, who they won against. A ring is a ring. Bottom line. A ring is a ring. You can't dispute it now. It's really sad to say, but if Miami Heat was to beat the LA Lakers, or even if they was to take them to a game 6 or game 7, I feel like that's a huge down for the Lakers, not a huge up for Miami. Yes, it is a huge up. They fought, but I just feel like there's too many power players in LA for them to even allow something like that, especially when they don't have the total package over there in Miami.
Who do you have for game 5?
LA. I want to say Miami. LA, of course.
I want to see the Heat at least take it to 6, so I'm going to go with the Miami Heat taking game 5 and forcing game 6, and then eventually the Lakers taking the game 6 for me, Marcus. Man, I want to see more basketball. I don't want it to end that just like that. I mean,
bro, I want to see Beyonce tongue kiss Rihanna, but we're still here, aren't we?
I mean, yeah, but still, like, you know what I mean? Mine is more probable. Mine is more probable than yours.
Not more, huh? I don't see it happening, bro. I don't see it happening at all, man. At all. So you take out all of the obvious advantages like home games and stuff like that, and maybe the season might have turned out completely different because I feel like there's a lot of players, man, in other teams that should have been in the playoffs, but they wasn't. So I guess we'll see y'all for 2021.
So we talked about some, NFL. We talked about some NBA. We got to talk a little bit about the NFL that's coming up this week as well. But we talked about this on previous shows. A shout out to all the Florida sports that's doing extremely well. The Tampa Bay Lightning winning the Stanley Cup. You got the Tampa Bay Bucks playing really good. You got the Miami Hurricanes playing really good. You got the Miami Dolphins fighting for their lives every week. They're competing like crazy. The Miami Marlins are in the Major League Baseball playoffs. Marcus Mack. Marcus, I want to know, because I know you're out in the streets. What is the sentiment of people out there about how actual Florida sports is like it's on the rise?
I think a lot of the people that I know and I deal with, they're all Miami fans, Miami Dolphins, the Marlins, Miami Heat, Miami Dolphins predominantly. You know what I'm saying? And obviously everybody is very excited to see Miami Heat in the playoffs. They're very happy about it. Even if they lost to the Lakers, that's a huge accomplishment for them to even be in the playoffs. Let alone, the happenings of this year with COVID and, all of the negative, things that occurred for 2020. I feel like as far as being a Floridian this year, everybody's, very excited about anything that can happen for Florida.
Absolutely. And while we're on Florida, it was stated today that Governor Ron DeSantis is allowing Hard Rock Stadium to be full capacity. 65,000 people can go watch the Miami Dolphins play. Miami Dolphins did release a statement saying that they're not going to do that. They're basically just going to allow 13,000 people to come watch the game. Marcus, how do you feel about our great governor allowing full capacity in that massive stadium over there on the Turnpike?
We're fucked. Hello?
Say that again. I don't think they heard you.
Are we on? Hello? We're fucked. Listen. I went to an event the other day, right? I went to this event, and when we was going in, I said, so it's mandatory we wear masks, right? He was like, nah, bro, we opened up now. We don't gotta wear no mask. Okay, let me go grab my mask. I'll be right back. Let me go grab my mask. Because it's like, if I would have walked in and everybody was wearing masks, I had on my mask and, everything would have been fine. And I walk in, I see everybody's wearing masks. I have on my mask, and I just instantly get even more nervous. I'm looking around like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's that moment where it's like, I'm going to put on this condom, but if she don't say nothing, then I ain't going to say nothing. Listen, like, it's for real. It's guys.
That's beautiful. That's poetry.
As men, we probably all have come across that one instance where you got the condom and you like, I'm gonna put it on, but if she don't say nothing,
you look clean.
You look clean. I mean, I look clean too, right? Fuck it.
So Marcus, in my opinion, I think that the governor is just trying to get a sense of normalcy going, because he literally full blast took all the restaurants and said, hey, go back to normal, no mask, no fines for masks, no nothing. And now he's literally just trying to get his great state running back to normal. Some people do think it's a little bit too premature.
Yes,
but
I agree.
Some people are applauding him and sitting there saying like, yo, finally, like let's get back to what we're used to.
I mean, listen, a lot of businesses, and I'm in tune with a lot of business owners. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, man, listen, let's keep the doors open, because for a while there was a little period of time where businesses could be open up until a certain time with a certain capacity. And I'm inside of these places, and they're like, man, I'm like, yo, what time y'all closing? Like, man, we just trying to keep it open until they shut us down. Because they just want to, let's try to bring as much revenue. And let's be honest, we're talking about South Florida here. South Florida, we talk hotels, restaurants, tourist attraction. You understand what I'm saying? That's the type of energy here. So to shut that down means to stop a lot of the revenue for South Florida. Right. And, I understand what it was all about, open it back up so we can get some money generating. But sorry, sir. I'm telling you, bro, listen, if COVID was one of those things that just have everybody turn into zombies, bro, we'd be immune to it, and we'd all just be zombies by 2021. Midsummer 2021, people that have COVID wouldn't even know, it wouldn't even matter.
So come Friday, Marcus, unfortunately for you and I, we have to deal with something that we haven't dealt with in a very, very long time. School zones. Because officially on Friday, these kids get to go back to school, Marcus.
My daughter's mom called me yesterday, and she asked me, she said, the schools are going to be doing surveys about, the kids going back. I'm letting you know right now, Janai is not going. I said, you know what? You right. You got that. My daughter is not, I'm not having it. She can stay right here in the house with me and do virtual school. I ain't going for it.
But we still got to deal with school zones, Marcus.
Yeah, right. right. I just wanted to make that clear. My child won't be there. Sorry.
When I hit you later in the day and I'm like, Marcus, where you at? You'd be like, yeah, I forgot there was school zones. I'm letting you know ahead of time.
Bro. I forgot about them school zones, and it feel like we are having the longest summer ever right now. You know, when the summer's going on, and then September, August, September come back. I'm like, why the hell is all this traffic? Oh, school zones. Yeah.
So you're basically saying that we got probably like one basketball game left, so the basketball season is going to be over. We still got week 5 NFL football picks to do. We'll do those on Friday with Cam on Effing Friday for sure. And then pretty much Major League Baseball, man. Major League Baseball is in a bubble in San Diego and in Houston. You got the Miami Marlins versus the Atlanta Braves, the San Diego Padres versus the LA Dodgers, the Oakland Athletics versus the Houston Astros, and the New York Yankees versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Marcus, give me your picks. I mean, there's games that are already being played. Certain teams are winning. They're already up. These are best of 5 series. So basically the first team to 3 games wins. Who do you think ends up winning, Marcus? You got Miami and the Braves. The Braves are up 2-0, 2 games to nothing. You got the Padres and the Dodgers. The Dodgers are up 1 game to nothing. You got Oakland and the Astros. Oakland is up 2 games. The Astros are up 2 games to 1.
Definitely not going with the Astros. Definitely not going with the Astros.
The Astros are up 2 games to 1. The cheaters are actually winning 2 games to 1. And then you got the Yankees and the Rays. The Yankees and the Rays are tied at 1 game apiece, but the Rays are up 8-2 as we're doing this show.
Okay.
So tell me who you think. Miami Braves, Padres, Dodgers.
Wait, hold on. Let's start with the first one. Start with the first one, because you're the baseball guy. Start with the first one.
Braves, Marlins, and the Braves are up 2 games to nothing. The Braves only have to win 1 more game.
Braves, Marlins. Been hearing the Marlins putting up a fight. Give me the Braves.
Padres, Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Athletics, Astros.
Athletics. I don't care if I lose my money. I don't want nothing to do with the Astros. Blacklist the Astros.
The Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees. And then I have a follow-up question for you after this.
Yankees.
Okay. So technically it's the 8th inning. It's about to be the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Yankees are losing 8-2. If the Yankees don't come back and win this game, they're going to be down 2 games to 1. And the Rays only have to win 1 more game. The Rays' salary in total, Marcus Mack, for the whole year is like some dumbass number. I think it's like $60 million or some stupid shit like that. It's really, really low. The Yankees average over 200 and almost close to $300 million a year in annual salary. If the Yankees lose to a team with such a low salary, should they fire their coach?
No, because the Yankees generate so much money. I don't even think they generate so much money outside of baseball, like outside the actual game of baseball.
Right, but we're talking about playing. We're not talking about the business part of it. When you have
but as far as
superstar players making superstar money, and you can't beat the Tampa Bay Rays that play in Tropicana Field over in St. Petersburg. Right. They don't even average 7,000 fans a game.
They practice in a sugarcane field. Somebody definitely needs to be sat down or let go. Same way we was talking about the same thing with the Doc Rivers situation. And for me, I'm one of those guys that I believe that sometimes somebody has to get fired but I'm also one of those guys that believes as an entrepreneur, I'm one of those guys that likes to talk to each person that's involved with each part of the business. So it'd be a tough thing for me to answer just like that, to say, hey, just fire him. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, when you're talking about sports, it's like, these coaches, they not put there necessarily to teach these guys how to play the sport. They play the sport. You know what I'm saying?
They're there to manage egos.
Right. So now the question is, what's the inner workings? What's really going on that's having these guys losing these games to these ass teams? Like, what's going on?
but let me back up a little. They're not ass. They don't have the stardom. Like they don't have like the big names. Like the Tampa Bay Rays have really, really good, solid players.
Right. Okay.
That would be like the Los Angeles Lakers losing to the Charlotte Hornets in the championship. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, they deserve their ass whooped. Fuck somebody getting fired. Everybody deserves just line up.
You know what just remind me of? You remind me of like when you're in the projects and you see a kid getting his ass whooped by a kid that has no business getting his ass whooped. Yeah. And the kid's dad comes out and says, "You better beat that kid's ass or you can't come in the house."
I'll whoop your ass. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, word. But again, man, that's a tough one because it's like, you know, you had no business losing that. Somebody's responsible here. What happened? Like, somebody tell me what the hell happened.
Even if it wasn't his fault, he necessarily ends up being the scapegoat, the fall guy, because it's his responsibility, you know?
Right.
It happened on your watch, you understand?
Right, exactly. And you know, I hate to switch gears here for a second, but you know, I really want to see what Philadelphia do for this next NBA season. Though. By the way,
yeah,
Doc Rivers, definitely.
A coach definitely makes a huge difference, but we'll see how much of a difference he actually makes. How much time we got on this, Marcus? Where are we at right now?
We got like 15 minutes. minutes. Yeah, those are two teams that I want to see. By the way, I want to see how they work out, and from the entire season, because I'm definitely going to watch this entire season. NBA coming up is the Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. I want to see what goes on there.
I can't wait till we get back into the studio, Marcus Mack, because we got to figure out a way to do something for the person that comes in last place when we're doing this picks between you, Cameron, and myself.
Cam still owes me 25 push-ups.
That's hilarious. Oh, shout out to Joey Benetti. Benetti's actually getting married this
Congratulations,
Saturday. Yeah, he's actually getting married this Saturday. He's actually making her officially a wife. And yeah, I have the Zoom link. I can send you the Zoom link just in case you want to watch the Zoom link and check in. And
are they doing a virtual wedding?
Well, no, I mean they're doing it for people that unfortunately can't make it.
Right. That's a fact.
And dogs and stuff like that. So yeah, Joey Benetti on the show is definitely getting married this weekend. So shout out to Joey for sure.
Shout out to Joey Benetti, man. Let me ask you a question: is there a male version of Catching the Bouquet?
Wow, that's a good. Well, I mean, you're supposed to catch the
a cigar.
The thing that wraps around the lady's leg. Remember, they throw that.
The man throws that?
No. Man, the husband. Yeah. The husband throws it.
What?
Yeah, the husband takes it. The husband takes it off his wife's leg. He gets up and then he tosses it behind his head to his homeboys. But usually, all his homeboys just like disappear, like they move away from him. Right. No one wants to get married.
Oh, okay. Right.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Well, that's going to conclude episode 95 of the EAC Show. I'm Emilio A. Colon. That is Marcus Mack. Make sure you check us out for Effort Friday with Cameron joining us so we can sit there and make our football picks. I'm going to anoint Marcus Mack the winner because there was still technically one game left. So I'll anoint Marcus Mack the week 4 winner. Congratulations to Marcus, and we'll definitely check you out episode 96.
Oh, sugar honey iced tea. It's the EAC Show.